Hey, are the burgers ready?
Yeah, almost ready.
Hey, we made a campsite.
Yeah.
If you want to see how we did it,
Hey guys,
stay tuned.
do you know the Wi-Fi password?
No.
Okay.
All right, so we got this cute little VW bus, and I guess they wanted us to make it into a birdhouse, but we're not doing that. No. We're gonna make this into an actual van somehow. It has actual plastic little windows, but not on the front, but we can add windows there. I think I'm gonna drill out the headlights because we're gonna put some real lights on it. I'm gonna cut a door out because, you know, the sliding door. And we're gonna change the tires. I found this little cute little race car that has the perfect size tires I want. I got that at the thrift store for 99 cents. And I think that'll be perfect. Although it's a really fun toy. I might have to use the little spinny thing for something. Maybe I'll put it in here. I don't know. Let's see if I'm a good engineer. So let's take this sucker apart. One thing, I think they have the same, it's a little bit smaller. So we might have to change the brackets in a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna take these apart and we'll be back with you. Okay, we took things apart. So I took the wheels off. They were these thin little wheels. We don't want those puny little things, right? So I took those off. And I took the little car apart, and I'm taking these wheels and we're gonna replace them onto here. I had to cut some new dowels a little bit longer. So what we'll do, because this wheel well, and I might end up carving this out just a smidge, are just a little bit too small. So this should, we can use the same hinges, should work. Something like that. Yeah, we'll do some little adjustments, but that's the idea, right? We also cut the side out. We also cut the side, and this fell all to pieces. So this used to be here. If you remember, there was a birdhouse hole here. So I just cut that out, and I happen to have a little piece of flooring that was just the perfect size. So we're gonna paint this all the same color. You'll never notice the difference. Plus it's thinner. See how thick this is? If we actually put this door over here, it would stick out a lot. So this is gonna go somewhere over there, like it's open, and we can walk in and get all our stuff. I also, see if you can see that, is I took that middle piece. For some reason they decided the front windows had two windows, and I looked at all the pictures, they have one solid piece, so let's change that. I took all the emblems off. Here's the cool VW sign and all the old, they had these little half rounds for headlights. Took those off, and I drilled holes where the headlights are gonna be, especially and in the back, because we're gonna put actual lights in there. We're gonna get all fancy. So now this had like this really thin plexiglass stuff, and I saved all the pieces that came out. They did, feels like glass. They did break, but I'm gonna put the good pieces in here, and maybe I'll find a piece of plastic to go in here, and we only need like a half a piece for back here because our door will cover up some of that, and I'll cut out a hole here and have that open. I'll probably make some seats or something that kind of looks the illusion of seats in there, and see what we can do with that, and some steps to cover the little hole. But before we can do any of that, we're going to tape it up, and we're going to do a paint job. So I'm going to do all white first. Make sure I cover up anything that I don't want painted, like the glass that did survive. And then I'm going to do a half and half, because you've seen the VW bugs. They're half, I'm going to do half yellow and then half white. And then the rest will be, all the details will be a chrome or silver. That's the hope anyway. So let's sand it and paint it. All right, so we did a base coat all in white. Now I'm going to do the bottom half in the yellow color, and to do that I'm going to have to, and then we'll have to do like a little V here in the front, because that's how little VW buses do theirs, right? So I'm going to tape it off, tape it so that this top part does not get yellow. And then we'll try that. Okay, I taped it all up. Everywhere that it shows white is going to be yellow. And I even did the door, because that'll fit on there. And the little V in the front. Hopefully, it'll all stick down. All right, we took the tape off, and look at that. Just a little bit of touch up here and there, but that's not bad at all. Just a little bit smudge. And I can tell the difference between the cheaper paint, it was only like 98 cents, and the $2 paint, because this paint covered in, I did 2 coats, and the white I did about 50 million coats. It was just thinner paint or something, but it looks pretty good. Now next up, we're gonna get the little symbol, and we're going to make those chrome, and I'm gonna do some headlights, and we're gonna use these little googly eyes. As much as I love the look of the googly eyes, that's not how it's gonna go, but I'm going to take the backings off and the little eye part, and we're just going to use the dome as the headlight. I also got a smaller one for the little other lights that goes above it, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back for the brake lights, and but we're going to do those obviously in red. I'll probably paint the insides of each of the domes so that the red shows through. And then we will also do a pinstripe of chrome or silver all along the edges here, so that it's got that cool pinstriping effect. Now I'll leave the tape on the windows for now, because I think I'm going to paint each of the windows in a chrome as well. Because I really like the look of, if you look at the old VW vintage ones that are really nicely done, I love the chrome, shiny. We're going to do as much of that as we possibly can. And then we'll end up putting, the cool tires on, and a step, and I think I'm going to do a little awning, and we'll do a whole camping scene for this little guy. And we'll see what we do next. Okay, we're getting closer. So what I did is I pinstriped around in the silver on the top too. And I also went around all the windows in black. So we're getting there. Next steps, and I'll probably do another coat in a little bit. I'm not gonna take the tape off just yet. Probably in the last minute I'll take the tape off, just because it's kind of nice to have it there so that I don't sploosh everywhere. And then a little bit of touch-ups here and there. It's looking good though. Now, next thing is I did drill a hole in the top, and this is for the lights because we're gonna do headlights. And I might do a porch light, I think. So I'll have a third light there. Maybe I'll stick it out the door somewhere. And I'm gonna make a roof rack. So there's gonna be a power source here, and it's gonna look a little weird just sitting on top. So what I'm gonna do is gonna make it look like a little piece of luggage on top, because we're camping and we bring a lot of stuff. And I made a little roof rack. So what this is, real easy. It's just a piece of fencing from when, around our garden or the chicken coop. And I just cut, it just happened to fit exactly perfect. Cut it so that it's a little down a little bit and sticking up. I looked at a lot of pictures of VW buses, and this is gonna work out perfect. So I'm gonna make, probably out of popsicle sticks, I'll make a little crate-like thing that looks like a luggage, and maybe put some, travel stickers on it. That'll look cool. And also, one of my conundrums was how to make, VW buses have this nice, bulbous, chunky bumper on it. One of these days I'm gonna get me a VW bus. And I found this wire that's nice and thick, and I think it's gonna be perfect. And I'm gonna bend it so it's around here somewhere. And I'm gonna do it to the front, and I'll do it to the back, bend it. I will probably fill the ends with some glue so it's kind of rounded, and paint it. This should take paint okay. It's just plastic, and we'll go from there. Also, another thing I will probably end up doing is, some of the glass broke while I was cutting out the door. Not a big deal, because I got a lot of, plastic pieces and things like that. So we'll make a windshield. We'll fill in the holes for the doors or the side windows. And I will also, I think, because you can see inside, I think I'm gonna make some chairs. Some driver's seat chairs, and probably like a little bed, because this is a camper. I'll put a little bed in there in the back. That's where we're sleeping at night. We'll eat outside with our barbecue and stuff, but we gotta sleep inside because, I'm sorry, we all have our limits, right? And we're getting there. Okay. Well, we made these orange little, what are they, parking lights, I think? That go above the headlights. And I just used the eyeball part of the little googly eyes that came out of here. And we'll just glue them on here. And I think that'll look about right. All right, next we got the bumper. So these bumpers, I just made it from a thick wire. Put some hot glue at the ends to make it more rounded, like a bumper, because they're not, most of them aren't straight across. And then spray painted it white. And I did a back one and a front one. Let's stick that boy on. And I think I molded it just right. Something like that. Use my super strong glue. I use this gloopy stuff. I get so much of this clear gel glue from the kits I make that, you know, if nothing else, I get a lot of glue from those. Squish it down pretty good. And see if I can find something to clamp it down with. It's actually not too bad, huh? Hopefully, I'll get the tires on. Didn't think of that until now. We'll figure it out. While that's drying, I'm gonna put some bumper stickers on here because our little camper people have been traveling a lot. I have a bunch of super cute little hiking, little Bigfoot. Let's stick a bunch on here. These guys get a lot of stickers, so they travel. They love their camping. That every time they see a sticker, they buy it and stick it on their van. Few more, you think? Yeah. I'll put some on the side too. These are super cute. I could see these as big stickers too. They probably are. Glop on top. We're gonna basically decoupage them on, use the right end of the thing. And this glue will dry clear and make it all cute. I do have a license plate, but you know what? These things are so little that I lost it somewhere on my table, so I gotta find it and then I'll stick it right there. Meantime, we got a lot of other little things that we can do. I have a lot of leftover little stickers, so probably stick them. Maybe I'll stick a few on the side. I'm gonna put them by the driver. Now, this side will have a door because it's a slider door. A lot of the camper vans, they open like that, but I'm gonna have one that goes, you know, that goes and it goes over here. So that part will be covered. So we could put a few stickers over here. Because we can. And I have a whole bunch of them. When you make little dioramas, the more you make them, you realize people have stuff. So if I just left it like this, which would be cute and everything, but it doesn't look like somebody actually used this fan, right? Because there's nothing on it. It's too plain. People don't live that way. So the more decoration, the more personal items you put on there, the better. And this bumper just fell off. It just makes it look more real, more lived in my opinion. So I try to add as much detail as I possibly can. Think about the little people that actually use this item and what would they do. My little guys are hikers and they love to camp and they believe in the environment, and some would say they're hippies, but some would say they're actual human beings that care about the world. Let's, oh, this one's fun. Explore the world. Won't go too crazy. I could. I have seen cars that are completely covered in stickers, and you wonder, how are you seeing out your windows? All right, let's put a few on this side. Try not to bump our bumpers off. They're still drying. Kind of feel like bumper stickers on cars are like tattoos on people, right? You really think about what to stick on there because it's going to be stuck on there for quite a while. So it's something that you truly believe in or truly love. But everybody's stickers mean something, right? These guys, I think the Smokey Bear is cute. Gives it personality. It wants to be boring. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you can do whatever you want. Okay. Now we'll just let all those dry. I might end up putting a slight clear coat on a little bit of this, just so it doesn't pick up. It's looking good. Now we let that dry and then we can do some lights. I have these teeny tiny little lights. I mean, they're teeny tiny, but we're going to do those as the headlights. And I think I'm going to put one extra one because I'm thinking about, let me put this here again. I'm going to put an awning on here, and I think I'll put a little lantern of some sort. Haven't designed that in my head yet, but I'm going to put a light in there just in case. I mean, I'll use it one way or another, but now's the time to put them in because once you get the lighting in, you can't really add more. You could, but it would be very tricky and annoying, so we wanted to pre-plan as much. So I'm going to put one light here, one light here, one here, one here. I drilled holes for them. I'm going to stick one light out the side door here to go on the awning. I put a hole here so that all my wires will come through there and connect to my power source. And where we put this power source is I made this which maybe I'll glue on here now. So this is the roof rack. Let me get you out here. So let's glue, I drilled holes for each one of these little prongs. This is the fencing. And yeah, it's just a piece of regular fence. So let's glue some of that on. I did make it fit. We'll make it fit. Let me use some of this super glue, this goopy super glue. I don't want it to move. I don't think it will once I jam it in there, but I double, triple glue. I do a lot of these things for other people to buy and have in their house. And number one in my head is it durable? Because, you know, I know how it was built and how to handle it, but, you know, think of if a complete stranger just picked this up. Would it hold up? Some people are rougher than others. I've had people just yank doors off, and no matter how much you're like, that door doesn't open, it's glued shut. Oh, it's not anymore. It happens. People are people. Of course, the last one's gonna be the difficult one. There you go. Get in there. I think I'm gonna put something heavy. You know, I haven't found my brick. I need my brick. What's gonna have to do is a jar of rocks. So, see, it popped right back up. So let's do this again. All right, let's let that dry. And let's see how we do. Actually, I also made a board to go on top of this. Might as well glue that on too. Try not to glue my hands to it. Okay, we'll let that set, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I did the lighting. Let me show you what I did. See from the top, so I connected all the wires to the hole in the very top, and that, this took a little while because it was an awkward little space, but let's see if I can see. You can see in there. So I did one light here, strung them all the way up. Now they're gluing, and I just ran the lines all the way up into the ceiling. It's difficult to see here. Did the same in the back. You can see them kind of in the back there. And then I ran one extra one because this one's going to go out to the porch. And I just stuck them all together. And if I do everything right, ta-da! We got headlights. We got our porch light. These are so tiny, but they are so bright. They're great. And we got brake lights. We did it. Now, you'll also notice that I added a couple of rubber bands. So before this glue set, what I did is I stuck these rubber bands on, because these are going to be the ties that tie all our luggage and stuff on. And I should have planned that before, but what we're going to do is I made a little box. We're going to stick the box where the light switch is going to go. It'll go like that. It's a better angle. And then I made little tiny sleeping bags. It's just rolled up material, honestly. Made 3 of those. And I made a little piece of luggage. So that'll stack there. We'll have our little rubber band as our zip ties. We'll glue it down, of course. And do it something like that. And then we'll have our little sleeping bags on here too. So it'll be something like that. And we'll be able to turn on and off our lights once it's all glued down. Right there. And I'll tuck these wires in underneath somewhere like that. Make it lots nicer and neater. What you think? It's getting there, eh? So now we got to make the awning, put all the furniture on the inside. Once our glue is dry for all of our wires, I wanted them to be nice and neat and tucked away as much as possible. And then we are almost there. Then we can do the fun part, the landscaping, right? Oh, and I do have some plastic that I salvaged from some container pieces, and I'll fill in the window here, here, and here that got broke. The original windows, when I cut it all up, they broke, and I don't know if I'll be able to salvage much of it, but we'll try it. Okay, so I'm going to make an awning. So I cut out some of my dowels to size. So we're going to have basically this. Now if I remember what goes to what, right? This, that'll be the main awning part. I think I got extra. And then the angles against the van there. Let's start gluing this together. Got me some pretty, let's go with the slightly longer ones. I think these, I just had extra, so I'm gonna do those. Because it will go on here, go out, down, and then they'll have 2 pieces that kind of angle like that. It's the idea anyway. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use this edge to my advantage. Yeah. Gonna roughly cut a piece out. And then glue my pieces on. Because what I'll do is I'll glue it like that, not that long, but so it'll be stuck to the back and the sides. Okay, let's use some good glue. Get the initial shape on it and then go from there. this part dries, what I'll do is I'll make some cuts and then I'll roll it over so it's a little more finished on the sides. Clamp it with my little clothespins and then keep that as dry as possible. A little reinforcement. And we're gonna just let that dry. Okay, now that part dry. It doesn't go anywhere. Now, I want to glue each side over like this, and we'll clamp it with our little clothespins. So this is the back end, and I want it rolled a little more. I'll trim this. And this is the front end, so this is going to be a flap that hangs down, so I'm not going to glue it all the way to the top. Let's let that dry. All right. I think that'll work. So I'm just going to trim it up, and that will be our little awning. So it's gonna go something like that. So we have a little awning area. Keep your van a little bit cooler. I'm also going to, now that the glue's all dried on the inside, I'm gonna take all my blue tape off, clean it up on the inside so that it's a little bit cleaner. Maybe do a little bit of white paint. And our wiring is about there. Oh my gosh, you guys, how cute is this? I was able to get the awning on. That took some patience. Gluing something up in the air takes a lot of propping. And on the inside, we actually put a little chair and even a stick shift, a steering wheel, a little bed, some windows. We did the front glass. Just found myself a piece of plastic from something that, from the store that we purchased, probably a pair of scissors or something, and just cut the piece of plastic to shape, fit that in. And we glued down the top of all of our luggage and things. And if we turn it on, I still have some tape here holding the glue just for a little bit longer. We got our light on there. We got the back lights. We got our front lights. That looks pretty good. Should we put it together now? I think so. Let's do this. And find a good spot for my camping so that we have enough room for our little table. We have somewhere to eat. Maybe off to the side just a smidge. I also made some stairs, so we'll put those right about there. Our barbecue. Gotta have our drinks. We have a pretty good setup here. And of course, we have to put some trees in. So remember, we made a whole bunch of trees. Not sure how many I'm going to stick in here. I'm going to have to cut some of these wires. I think we'll make a decent grove of trees here. One right in the middle. Something like that. I'm placing these trees. I'm not going to surround it because you got to think of this van got in here somehow. So you think he must have backed in, did some fancy parallel parking there, which I wouldn't be able to do. I have a bunch of these little tree things, so I'm going to stick them here and there and everywhere because a forest is full of undergrowth. You know what we're also missing? We're missing some rocks. Campsites always have rocks where you don't really want them, right? This is our way to control. I have some sticks and I have some little tiny pine cones. All right, what do you think? Not too shabby. Let's try turning on the lights. Look at that. We got a little porch light. We got our picnic table, barbecue, cold drinks. A lot of little trees around. This is a nice, neat, tidy little campground. I made some steps to stick on there. And I think this would be a very comfy, cozy little camping spot. What do you think? How about a little bit of a closer look?